Welcome back to Rocky Railway. I'm Miss Livy, and this is Miss Ashton, and we're your conductors on this adventure. We're so excited to help you sing, have fun, and learn how Jesus' power pulls us through every day.
At Rocky Railway, we're imagining what it would be like to travel by steam train through the mighty, majestic Rocky Mountains. Those mountains go from way up in Canada all the way down through New Mexico. And that makes me wonder something. So if you guys were up in the Rockies, what would you do there? If I were in the Rockies, I would take my camera so I could take lots of pictures of all the nature and the wildlife. So there are a lot of different things to do in the mountains and on a train. If we were all on a train heading into the Rocky Mountains, we would all have one thing in common. We would be going in the same direction. So God made each of you different, and we're going to sing a song about a train that we all want to be on.
We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. You make us bold and we stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. We're off on this journey. There's no looking back. With Jesus to lead us, we're on the right track. Oh, 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 oh. Wide open spaces for wide open eyes. We're looking ahead for the next big surprise. Oh, 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 oh. We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. You make us bold and we stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. We're off on this journey. There's no looking back. With Jesus to lead us, we're on the right track. Oh, 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 oh. Wide open spaces for wide open eyes. We're looking ahead for the next big surprise. Oh, 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 oh. We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. And we stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you. Trusting in you. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you.
That song makes me so excited to get to heaven, where we'll spend forever with God. The Bible says there won't be any sadness or pain. We can only imagine how awesome heaven will be. But until then, we can look for evidence of God all around us, right here in Chillicothe. We can't see God like we can see the train or the trees or the animals, but we can see what God does. We call those God sightings. God sightings are a sort of way to give God credit for something only He can do. Take a couple seconds to huddle up with your crew and take turns sharing something you've touched that only God could make. celebrate our God sightings by singing Power Shuffle, since we can see and touch evidence of God and all his power.
I feel it in the air right now. It's all around, I see it everywhere. It's the power. Yeah, yeah, God's power. It's the power to move any star. It's the power to heal your broken heart. It's the power. Yeah, God's power. So don't hold back, no, don't hold still. 'Cause God is here and he is real. Take 4 steps to the left, to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn it around and move to the right. 1, 2, 3. Now take tiny little jumps forward to the front. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 jumps back, but you better look back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now freeze. And everybody clap your hands. Now stop. I feel it in the air right now. It's all around, I see it everywhere. It's the power. Yeah, yeah, God's power. It's the power to move any star. It's the power to heal your broken heart. It's the power. Yeah, God's power. So don't hold back, no, don't hold still. God is here and he is real. Take 4 steps to the left, to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn it around and move to the right. 1, 2, 3. Now take tiny little jumps forward to the front. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 jumps back, but you better look back. Let's do it all again right now. Take 4 steps to the left, to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn it around and move to the right. 1, 2, 3. Now take tiny little jumps forward to the front. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 jumps back, but you better look back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now freeze. And everybody clap your hands. Now stop.
All right, so everywhere we go, Jesus' power pulls us through, no matter what twists and turns life has in store for us. Let's try something. All right, so we're going to imagine that this red balloon is you. So you're full of joy and gladness and good things in life, like the sunshine that shines on your skin and the ice cream that you eat and the friends that you have. Miss Livy over here is pretending to be the red balloon. But wait a second. You don't look very happy. So sometimes you need to stand up and pretend to be a balloon. So stand up like Miss Livy is, put your arms in a circle, and pretend that you are this red balloon. So I want you to call out some things that fill you with happiness and joy. Miss Livy, what fills you with happiness and joy?
Well, I love spending time with my friends. I love going outside and playing with my puppy. Those things make me happy.
Yeah. Well, sometimes life isn't always full of those fun things like playing with our puppies and going swimming with our friends and watching cartoons. We may feel sad, letting some air out of the balloon. And Miss Livy is also showing you as a demonstration. We may get discouraged, more air out of our very happy balloon. And some days we may feel like there is just no hope at all. Gone. All air, all happiness, all hope.
Deflated.
So think of a time that your heart felt this sad, empty, or hopeless like this balloon is on the ground now. So for instance, I felt hopeless when school was canceled this year and I couldn't go see all my kids at school anymore. That really, really hurt my heart and made me feel hopeless because I didn't know when the end was and when I was going to go back to school. That's why I'm so glad that when Jesus' power gives us hope, Trust Jesus. Jesus doesn't fill us with happy things. Jesus' power is deeper and stronger than that. The Bible says, so be strong and courageous, and you will put your hope in the Lord. So Jesus' power does this in us. So now that you're filled with Jesus' hope, you can float like this orange balloon is doing. And you will always know that Jesus' power gives us hope. Trust Jesus.
I wonder what amazing Bible memory buddy will help us remember that Jesus' power gives us hope. Trust Jesus.
Glad you're back on track at Rocky Railway. Wow, the first day just flew by, didn't it? I'm Ava, a red-tailed hawk. You can find me and my family members all over North America. We're everywhere. Even though we live all across North America, you may not see me in your backyard. Well, unless you don't have any neighbors. We like to live in wide open spaces where we can soar over treetops, grass, and water looking for food. You might say that red-tailed hawks are faithful friends. When we find a mate, we stay together for life. My fine feathered friend and I build our nest together and care for our chicks together. We're an excellent team. I'm happiest way up in the sky. That's why I build my nest at the tallest point I can find. Some hawk nests have been spotted as high as 120 feet off the ground. That's as high as a human tower of 20 tall crew leaders. My nest might be at the tip top of a tree, or even on the top of a building or a telephone pole. That gives me a bird's eye view of what's around, food, friends, or animals that might want to hurt us. I love soaring with my big, beautiful wings. They're more than 3 feet across, you know. God gave me just what I needed to catch the wind and just fly. Up here, you see things differently. Stuff that seemed big seems smaller. Things that seemed harder look much easier. A path that looks like a dead end, hey, I can see a way out. A fresh perspective can put the wind under your wings and give you the strength to keep going. Sometimes I spot you humans with my sharp hawk eyes, and you look a little down. Do things seem impossible? Scary? Hopeless? Maybe you need a fresh perspective. Maybe you need to see things Jesus' way, with hope. Jesus is stronger than anything. He has a plan for everything. You can have strength, courage, and hope. The Bible encourages us with these words. So be strong and courageous, all you who put your hope in the Lord. Jesus' power gives us hope. So trust Jesus.
Ava reminds us that Jesus' power fills us with hope, letting our hearts be light. Let's learn a new song called In You Alone to remind us of what hope can do for us.
God of heaven and earth, you are amazing. You hold me up with your hand, you give me faith, and I will put my hope in you alone, in you alone. God of heaven and earth, you are amazing. You hold me up with your hand, you give me faith, and I will put my hope in you alone, in
Hop aboard for day 2 of Rocky Railway.
Yesterday, our friend Camtrack was stranded up here with his crew because there was a huge rock slide and it was a big problem. But I wonder if they were able to get those rocks moved. Hey, Cam, what's up? I'm so glad you stopped by. Can you give us an update about those rocks?
Well, okay, my crew and I, we worked. And we worked, and we worked on those boulders, and we got those boulders off the tracks finally. But then we found out that because they were so heavy, they damaged the track. So now we have to fix the track, and that's a whole new problem. So we're still stuck.
Well, that's really stinky. I'm sorry. But, don't worry. It'll get fixed eventually.
Well, eventually, hello, that's not good enough. Do you know what this train is hauling?
Come to think of it, no, I don't.
This train is hauling M&Ms. So, do you know how much people love M&Ms?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if we don't get the tracks fixed, we can't get the train to the people. We can't deliver the M&Ms to the people. And if we can't deliver the M&Ms to the people are going to be mad. And when the people are mad, the people start yelling, and the people are going to yell at me, and then I'm going to get scared when people yell at me, so I don't want them to yell at me, so maybe I should just hide up here, because if the people can't get mad and find me, then they can't yell at me and not... I guess I ran out of steam.
Yeah, well, I'll say you did. But, it may take a little while, but those tracks will get fixed, and no one here is mad at you. I mean, you have all these great friends, and you know what? They think that you're a pretty cool dude.
No, it is hopeless. All I wanted to do was get in my train and blow the whistle and just chug along.
Well, Kim, don't lose hope. We just learned today that Jesus' power gives us hope. Trust Jesus. Just close your eyes, Think about driving a train. Go to your happy place.
Happy place? Driving the train.
All right, you're chugging along, over a bridge, up a hill, around a bend, and you go into a tunnel, and it's dark. It's a dark tunnel. But if you look straight ahead, you can see that light at the end of the tunnel. You see it? All right, open your eyes.
Now I really can see it.
That's hope. It's like the light at the end of a dark tunnel. When things may seem dark and hopeless, Jesus' power gives us hope. Trust Jesus. So even though you're stuck here for a little while longer, there is hope.
Well, putting your hope in somebody who will never let you down is a pretty good idea. And somebody who won't get mad about M&Ms.
Yep.
Hey, I see what you're doing over there. Stop it. Stop eating those M&Ms. Is that a peanut? Hey, put that down.
Yikes. It's looking kind of crazy over there. I don't think those M&Ms are going to be safe for much longer.
Hey, stop it. Stop. Wait, stop.
Well, I hope you get that taken care of. We'll see you later.
Hi, friends. Welcome to Day 2's Imagination Station at Rocky Railway VBS. I'm Miss Beth, and I am so excited to see you again here this evening. Well, I can't wait to see what amazing things we'll discover today. It's going to be so much fun. To start out our time together, though, I'm going to ask you a familiar question. Who remembered their imagination today? Oh, no. It looks like a lot of you forgot. But that's okay, because it is only day 2. I thought some people might forget, so I talked with my friend Ava. You guys met her earlier. She's the red-tailed hawk. Anyway, she told me something incredible. God is so imaginative that he created red-tailed hawks with a unique, one-of-a-kind creative call. So let's close our eyes and imagine that we are red-tailed hawks like Ava on the top of a big, beautiful mountain. And then we're going to pretend to take flight. Ready? Close your eyes. Open your eyes. Oh, wow. Can you just imagine taking off to that call of the red-tailed hawks? How cool is that? Well, anyways, Ava has an amazing call. And now that your imaginations have taken flight, we're going to move on. All right. So you guys have a question that you get to answer. Do you think, well, let me say this first. Red-tailed hawks have amazing eyesight. So the question is, do you think that they see in color, or do you think that they only see in black and white? I'm going to give you a moment to think about that. And as you come up with an answer, you can shout it out. Do you think they see in color or in black and white? Oh, it's a mixed bag. Some of you think one thing and some of you think the other. And that's okay. But let's have a drum roll so I can reveal what the answer is. Ready? Okay. Red-tailed hawks can see colors. In fact, they see more colors than you and me. Isn't that amazing? That's just amazing. Well, I can see that your brains are bubbling over with imagination. So let's see what we can discover about those bodacious things called bubbles. Oh, I love bubbles. Oh, aren't those beautiful? Can you see these guys? How many of you like to play with bubbles outside in the hot summertime? Whoop, that was not very good. Let's try that one again. Oh, wow, look at those bubbles. Aren't they just beautiful, bouncy bubbles? And they're cool. They float, and they have colors inside of them. They make me happy because they remind me of hope. You know, hope lifts my spirit just like these bubbles lift into the air. Oh, look at that. Oh, golly. So today, every time you see a bubble, I want you to remember that Jesus' power gives us hope. Trust Jesus. Did you know that bubbles are actually made from a layer of water between 2 layers of soap film? It's kind of like a soap sandwich. How would you like to eat that? That doesn't sound too tasty, but it sounds pretty cool, doesn't it? Well, did you know that no matter how bubbles start out, that if you leave it alone, it will always form a sphere, a perfectly round shape? Does anyone know why bubbles always form a sphere? You can shout it out if you have a guess. Well, bubbles want to be spheres because that shape has the least amount of surface tension. And of all the possible shapes, you've got cubes and pyramids and cylinders and squares. Well, a sphere has the smallest amount of outside area. And that's why bubbles all want to be round. Imagine that. Pretty cool, huh? Well, you know, today's Science-y Fun Gizmo includes a couple of spheres, but they won't burst like bubbles. I can't wait to show you. All right, here we go. Today, we're discovering that Jesus' power gives us hope. Trust Jesus. Now, I don't know about you, but I really need a lot of hope, and I need the hope that Jesus gives. Like we just saw with the bubbles, they rise into the air when we blow into the bubble solution. And today's Science Fun Gizmo kind of reminds me of those bubbles, but they're way more fun. All righty, so let's see here. This is my friend, and she's a Hope and Hover. Well, I call her a she. It's an it, but that's okay. This is Hope and Hover, and I love how it works. So watch this. Sometimes when I'm feeling down, I need to remember that Jesus gives me hope. And the hope that Jesus gives my spirit helps me to feel better. Are you ready? Ha, wasn't that cool? That represented me. And when Jesus gives me the hope that I need to help me keep going, it lifts my spirit. Well, sometimes another person, this one right here, might be feeling down. Maybe they're my friend or a family member, and they're feeling down, and I can tell that that friend needs to have the hope of Jesus. So I can tell them. And then guess what? The hope that Jesus gives me can also go to them and make them feel better too. Oh, but here's what's really cool, guys. There are times when we can celebrate with our friends that we both have hope in Jesus. And we can thank Jesus together for the hope that he gives us. My hope just fell to the ground, but guess what? I'm going to find it and put it back on there because Jesus' power gives me hope. Trust Jesus. You don't want to blow it too hard like I did because then that does happen. But that's okay. It's a lot of fun to play with. So now I'm going to help you put yours together. So get into your your Science Gizmo Imagination Station bag that you had from last night, and let's find our hoop and hover. All right, here we go. You have in this, it's your tube. It's like a flute tube, okay? You have a blue ball holder right here. It's plastic. And then you have 2 balls right here. All right, now here's what's fun. If I can find my marker, I might have put it away, and that's okay. But if you have a marker out, you can decorate the tube of your flute. You can put today's Bible point on it. You can put Trust Jesus on it. You can put your name on it, and actually I recommend you do that if you have brothers and sisters at home putting the same gizmo together, because guess what? You all don't want to breathe and blow on the same one. You want to make sure you keep yours to yourself and they keep theirs to their self. So you can put your name on it, but you can decorate that up, make it look nice, make it look unique just to you. And then once you've done that, I want you to look at this tube. It has 2 little holes, and in the middle there is a little square. All right, we're going to take our ball holder, and on the tip of this, I'm not sure if you can see it, but it has a square tip, and that goes right inside that square hole. You're going to press it down, and then you can see the 2 round holes in it. It's almost like a pair of glasses, ha-ha. But anyways, once you assemble that, then all you have to do is take the balls, and you can decorate these too. You can put your face on it. You can make one be you, and one can be your friend that you've shared the hope of Jesus with. Put those on there, and then you can have fun blowing it and playing with it, okay? So sometimes we're up, sometimes we're down, but the hope Jesus gives us can always, always lift us up. That's what your hope and hover is all about. It's to help remind you of that Bible point. So share that hope with your friends and with your family. Don't share this, though. They can make their own. And have fun with it, and we'll see you tomorrow night at Day 3's Imagination Station. Bye, guys.
Hey guys, welcome back to Rocky Railway VBS on our Day 2. I am Miss Renee, and we are so excited to have you guys back today. Yesterday, we met my friend Saul and his friend Ananias. Now, when we talked about him yesterday, they weren't really friends, but we found out very quickly that God had something bigger in store. Remember, Ananias had a really hard job to do. We saw that God asked Ananias to go meet this man named Saul, who was really mean. I'm sure you guys know somebody that's mean in your life. Don't say their name out loud, but you can think about them in your head. But Saul was even more mean than the people you're thinking about. Saul put people in jail, and he even had some people killed just for saying that they loved Jesus. Now, you can understand why that would make Ananias so afraid and so worried about going to talk to this man. But God had told him that's what he needed to do. And Ananias learned that Jesus' power can help us do hard things. Trust Jesus. Now, today we're going to learn that Jesus' power gives us hope. But yesterday we saw how Ananias was obedient, and he met this man named Saul. Now, Saul, we found out, came to know Jesus, and he came to love him. And so he wasn't that mean, bad guy anymore. He was a new person that loved Jesus, and so God changed his name from Saul to Paul, and that's who we're going to learn about today. So I've got my friends here with me. They're going to join me on our boat as we learn about this man named Paul. Now, the captain has asked, if you guys will put your posters down, the captain has asked us to help load the cargo into this boat. So you guys pick up your cargo, join us on our boat. Now, one thing you need to know is we have this man named Paul already on our boat, but he's not just a passenger. He is a prisoner on our boat. And do you guys know why Paul is a prisoner on our boat?
Because he did bad things.
He used to do bad things all the time, but this time he wasn't doing something bad. Reed, do you know?
Yeah, because he was preaching.
Because he was preaching about Jesus. And so he was taken as a prisoner on this boat for talking about Jesus. And he had to sail clear across the sea to go see the emperor of Rome himself because he was so angry that Paul was teaching about Jesus. He said, I need to see this man, and we are going to punish him. So you guys can take your seats on our boat. And let's find out what happens to Paul. Now, it looks like we've got a pretty good boat here. Looks like it's in ship shape. Haha, right? Get it, Allie? Ship shape. All right, so it's ready to go. I think this looks like a good day for sailing. Yeah? Check the wind, everyone. So, do you know do you feel any wind? I think we're good. All right, now, where did we put the keys for this thing? Did anybody of you remember to bring the keys for this? Oh, wait. This isn't, oh, no, that's not it. This is an old boat. There are no keys. There's no engines. So how are we going to make this thing go? We got to push it offshore. Okay. Well, and we probably need some wind, right? We just checked for that. There's no wind. So I guess we're just going to have to wait a little bit, and hopefully the wind will pick up soon. So we'll just give it a minute. We're kind of a little helpless here, but that's okay. It'll come. Wind doesn't just lay around forever. Eventually it'll come by. So we'll just wait. We'll just give it a minute, you know. We're a little powerless, but that reminds us of our Bible point for today. When we feel powerless, we know that Jesus' power gives us hope. Trust Jesus. Now, while we're just waiting on this wind to pick up, let's talk about this man named Paul, right? Now, Paul, we know, is a prisoner, and he's chained up down below, and he's trying to tell us that maybe today's not a good day to go sailing. But what does he know? He's just a prisoner. He doesn't know anything about sailing. I mean, you think we should listen to him, or you think we're okay to take off? The wind's finally picked up, so you think we're good to go? Yeah, I think we're good to go. I think we can take off sailing. That makes perfect sense, right? I think we're good. The wind is blowing. What does Paul know anyway? Yeah, see, Allie tested. It works, doesn't it? You found it. All right, so see, we got this wind going. Paul doesn't know anything about sailing, but he's kind of saying today's not a good day to sail. He's saying that there's some storms coming, but, I mean, the skies look beautiful. I don't see any rain anywhere. We have a nice breeze to blow the sail. I think we're on a good course here. I think we're going to be okay. But see, this guy, Paul, I mean, I don't know what to do with him, really. He's a prisoner, so he's got to be kind of bad, right? I mean, he was disobedient. He did do something that was bad. But, I mean, he was only talking about Jesus, so is it really that bad? Do you think he should be a prisoner? Should he be punished for that? No? I don't know. Maybe. Oh, what was that? Did you guys just feel that? I think that was some rain. Wait a minute. There was a little bit of rain. Okay, maybe it'll just pass. We'll just be okay. We still a light breeze. We're okay. We can keep it going. Listen, I'm not sure Paul knows what he's talking about. He's just a prisoner. He might know about Jesus. Oh, wait. Did you guys feel that?
Yeah.
Oh, there was a little bit more. It'll pass?
Yeah.
All right. You probably know more than Paul, right? Yeah. In your meteorology classes you've been taking, are we good? Yeah, okay. I think we're okay. It still looks good. All right. So, anyway, back to Paul. I'm sure that he is a very nice man now. And, you know, he probably just doesn't want to go to trial, so he's probably just trying to say, you shouldn't be sailing today. There's no reason to go to Rome. Listen, if we, just call it a day. Let's just stay here. There's no reason to set sail. So, I mean, there's really no reason to be worried about it. But this wind is, there's some more. And this wind is really starting to pick up a little now. What if Paul's right? What does that mean? I'm sure a storm can't be that bad. People go through storms in boats all the time, right? It'll pass. We'll be fine. Listen, sailing a boat is easy peasy, right? Yeah, see, Reed's got it. It's like a piece of cake, right? It's like riding a bike.
Yeah.
Except
In the rain.
we're in the middle of open water. surrounded by sharks, but it's totally fine. I mean, it's going to be amazing. So it's okay. I mean, the wind is getting a little more intense now, and I'm feeling a little bit more rain, but it's okay. It's okay. It's fine. Let me, you know what? Just to be safe, let me go check with Paul, and let me see what he has to say about this. Okay? So we'll just check with Paul. Hey, Paul. Yeah. It's starting to get a little windy, and there's some rain. Yeah, I know you already said that, but we're kind of out in the middle now, so what do we do? Great. So Paul says we need to start getting rid of some of this stuff on the boat. It's weighing us down. So we need to maybe get rid of some of this. What can we get rid of that's weighing... Oh, no, listen, I'm getting rid of those. I'm going to need those in a minute. Elsa, should we let it go? Into the unknown. All right, let's see. What else do we have here? What else? Okay, yeah, I think we can get rid of that. We don't need that. What else have we got? Oh, you know what? Oh, man, that rain is coming in. All right. Oh, a message. We might need to set this. Yeah, someone might need to find us later. Lord, wait. Oh, no. You guys are on the wrong boat. We don't have Jonah. Okay. What else can we get rid of? Oh, there's Khalil. All right, we'll get bread. Do we need bread? Oh, the rain is coming down. Oh, all right, start bailing. Get rid of everything. It is storming like crazy. We need to get rid of all of this. No. Oh, no. All right, okay. Paul says it's going to get worse. You guys need to eat. All right, you guys need to get some nourishment. Make sure you take something to eat. Oh, this is getting bad. We should have listened. Oh, my goodness. This is not good. Oh, wow. This is really, really not good. All right. I think we're going to have to bail ship. Are you guys ready? We're going to have to jump. We're going to have to jump on the count of 3. 1, 2, freeze. All right. Let's look at what we have learned from this. See, their boat was falling apart. They were completely helpless to stop the storm. They couldn't stop the wind. But Paul had told them something very important. Paul told them that his friend Jesus was not going to let anyone on that boat get hurt. They might lose all of their stuff, and they might be scared, and they might even lose their ship. But every single person on that boat would make it to shore safely. And that's exactly what God did. He kept every single one of those people safe. So even in the middle of a really bad storm, when they couldn't control anything, they couldn't control the wind or the rain or their stuff or even the other people on the ship, they could trust that God was going to help them because that's what he does. Jesus gives us the power to have hope. Trust Jesus. And that's exactly what we can do in the middle of those times that are so hard and so difficult and we don't know what to do and we can't fix it ourselves. We can learn to trust Jesus.
Back to Locomotion Games. Tonight, for this game, you're going to need a ball and at least one partner or your whole family. What you're going to do is you're going to get in a circle and make sure that your feet are touching toe to toe. Have somebody toss a ball in, and you're going to put one hand behind your back and one hand that's going to be your passing hand and your defensive hand. Your goal is to try to get the ball through someone else's legs. And if you do, you get a letter. You'll continue playing the game until someone spells the word hope. Are you ready? Here we go. Start again. Okay, so this game was a little challenging, but you guys didn't give up. You kept going, you kept trying. I heard even some laughter through it all.
We face challenges every day. Some may be so hard that they seem hopeless, but when we're facing those challenges with Jesus, he gives us hope. Jesus' power gives us hope.
Trust Jesus!
All right, let's start Rocky Wrap Up on a fun and exciting note. So stand up and we're going to dance to Power Shuffle.
I feel it in the air right now. It's all around, I see it everywhere. It's the power. Yeah, yeah, God's power. It's the power to move any star. It's the power to heal your broken heart. It's the power. Yeah, God's power. So don't hold back, no, don't hold still. 'Cause God is here and He is real. Take 4 steps to the left, to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn it around and move to the right. 1, 2, 3. Now take tiny little jumps forward to the front. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 jumps back, but you better look back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now freeze. And everybody clap your hands. Now stop. I feel it in the air right now. It's all around, I see it everywhere. It's the power. Yeah, yeah, God's power. It's the power to move any star. It's the power to heal your broken heart. It's the power. Yeah, God's power. So don't hold back, no, don't hold still. God is here and He is real. Take 4 steps to the left, to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn it around and move to the right. 1, 2, 3. Now take tiny little jumps forward to the front. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 jumps back, but you better look back. Let's do it all again right now. Take 4 steps to the left, to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn it around and move to the right. 1, 2, 3. Now take tiny little jumps forward to the front. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 jumps back, but you better look back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now freeze. And everybody clap your hands. Now stop.
Welcome to Rocky Wrap Up. Let's take a look at our Spotlight VBS show for today. Miss Livia, I wonder who we're going to see on the screen. Let's watch.
It's time to look at today's totally true Bible story. Are you ready? Let's go! Yesterday, we met a man named Saul. God changed his name to Paul and used him to tell lots of people about Jesus. But telling people about Jesus got Paul in trouble. In fact, it got him arrested. Paul was a prisoner on a ship that was sailing for Rome. It was slow sailing for a while because the wind didn't cooperate. In fact, it was getting late in the season for a ship to be sailing on the open seas. Paul was concerned. Paul told the ship's crew that they shouldn't go on, that there would be a shipwreck if they did. But the captain didn't listen. He wanted to keep sailing. At first, only a light wind started blowing. But then, the wind got really strong. The crew quickly pulled in the sails, but that didn't help. The wind was so bad that the captain couldn't steer the ship. The storm went on and on. Finally, they started throwing the cargo overboard. Paul called the crew together. He said God had sent an angel to tell him that the ship would go down, but no one would die. Paul's words gave them hope. The storm was so bad that no one had eaten in a while. So Paul told them they'd better eat something before the shipwreck. The next morning, the ship ran aground and started to break up. Paul told everyone who could swim to jump overboard and swim to shore. Those who couldn't swim held onto planks or boards. It was just like the angel said. Everyone escaped safely to shore. Remember, Jesus' power gives us hope.
In our Spotlight show, we saw evidence of Jesus' power in our lives, right here, right now. When you leave here today, look for more God sightings. Train yourself to spot God's love and power everywhere.
Today you discovered that Jesus' power gives us hope. Trust Jesus. Our Bible memory buddy, Ava, the red-tailed hawk, helps us remember that hope makes our hearts soar spectacularly. Let's sing In You Alone to remember that our hope is in Jesus' power.
God of heaven and earth, you are amazing. You hold me up with your hand, you give me faith, and I will put my hope in you alone, in you alone. God of heaven and earth, you are amazing. You hold me up with your hand, you give me faith, and I will put my hope in you alone, in you alone.
I will put my hope in you, Lord. You alone are everything I need. My hope is in you alone, in you alone. I will put my hope in you, Lord. You alone are everything I need. My hope is in you alone, in you alone.
Heaven and earth, you are amazing. You hold me up with your hand, you give me faith, and I will put my hope in you alone, in you alone. Heaven and earth, you are amazing. You hold me up with your hand, you give me faith, and I will put my hope in you alone, in you alone. God of heaven and earth, you are amazing. You hold me up with your hand, you give me faith, and I will put my hope in you alone, in you alone. God of heaven and earth, you are amazing. You hold me up with your hand, you give me faith, and I will put my hope in you alone, in you alone.
So today at Rocky Railway, you have learned about hope. So what do you think is the difference between living with hope and living without hope? Just think about that for a second. So we want our lives to be joyful, exciting, and good, like they would be if they were filled with hope. So that's one reason that we're shining a light on God sightings this week. When we see God in action, evidence that God is good, it gives us hope.
Let's wrap up our day with one last celebration of Jesus' love and power. We'll sing We Can Trust Him because we can always hold on to Jesus' awesome power to get us through.
If there's one thing we can count on, it's that God will never let us down, and we can trust everything He does. He keeps His promises, we know, because, yeah, the word of the Lord holds true. We can trust
Well, guys, it's been a rockin' day on the rails. Being your conductors is tracktastic. So we'll see you tomorrow on the rails here at Rocky Railway. Bye.
Bye.
You're all that we